Welcome to Rumor Has It. When rumors fly, we bring you the facts. I'm your host, Mariah. The internet is a powerful tool for sharing information, but it can also be a place for spreading misinformation. That's why we're bringing you the people that know this system best. In this video, I've brought in 7 election experts to help us break down some of the most common rumors out there about Washington state elections. From vote-by-mail security to voter eligibility and more, these experts are here to bring us the reality. Let's get started with our first rumor. Well, today's rumor is that vote by mail is not secure and it enables fraud.
Well, the first thing that you need to understand is the fundamental backbone of the elections administration in the state of Washington is good list maintenance, ensuring that we have a good, solid list of what people call the voter roll. So we're constantly checking for voters that have passed away or are now deceased. We're looking for voters that have moved within the state of Washington or outside of the state of Washington. We're also identifying people that have been convicted and are now in what's called total confinement or for a felony conviction in the state of Washington. And we're also removing people that have registered to vote in another state. So good quality list maintenance will ensure that ballots that are issued, whether that be in person, over the counter, or by mail, are to eligible voters in the state of Washington. Also, when we're receiving ballots back through the mail or through a drop box or in person, we're also ensuring that only one ballot has been counted for that voter. Having a centralized system called VoteWA helps election administrators across the state of Washington ensure that takes place. Additionally, after the election, we do many post-election reviews where we identify if anyone has participated in more than one state, and we refer those to county auditors for review. So the reality is, vote by mail is secure.
So in Washington state, a couple things. First, you have to be a United States citizen in order to register to vote. You also have to be a Washington citizen, and then we have an age requirement. So when you register to vote in our state, you basically are swearing an oath that you meet all the requirements to make sure that you're an eligible voter. What we'll do is we'll go back and we'll take a look using information from the Social Security Administration, from the Department of Licensing, and we'll cross-reference that with the information that you've provided. If for whatever reason that information doesn't necessarily check out immediately, you're what's called provisionally registered. And what that allows you to do is we'll continue to send you information saying, hey, you need to provide additional information so that we can validate that you truly are capable to vote in the state of Washington. And once you send that information in, then your provisional status is lifted and you're able to vote. In the state of Washington, it's a Class C felony if you actually vote and you're not an eligible individual to do that, meaning you're going to potentially spend 5 years in jail or have a $10,000 fine or both. And so we also find that most people that are not U.S. citizens know that that's also going to hamper their ability to become citizens in the future. And so they want to make sure that they get that opportunity and they don't vote. The idea that we have a lot of non-citizens voting is just not true.
Today's rumor is automatic voter registration registers everyone to vote, including ineligible voters.
The automatic part of the registration is that the state agencies collecting that voter registration data must submit it to the Secretary of State's office for processing. So it's the automatic piece. But it's not automatic in the way in which this is just happening without any oversight or with any checks or balances. So first of all, the big key thing is that the applicant has to be eligible, first off, right? They are arriving at a designated state agency that is already confirming their proof of citizenship in whatever form that may take. And so first off, you have somebody at that agency looking at that, and they're going, okay, this person is also, in fact, eligible to register to vote. And so then they submit that information to the elections divisions. And so it's the trained elections administrators on the county level that are still processing those applications. It's good because it breaks down barriers. It's not to in any way degrade the integrity of the system, but just to make sure that it's more accessible. So instead of an opt-in, it's an opt-out, and really it's just flipping the script. The reality is that automatic voter registration, first, is not automatic, and secondly, it is only registering eligible voters.
The truth is that people who are incarcerated in Washington's prisons can't vote if they are incarcerated in total confinement. In Washington, that means sort of what we think about prisons, somebody who's behind a fence or behind a locked gate who's there 24 hours a day. Once they are released from total confinement, they can vote, but they need to register first.
Election workers actually verify each signature that we get. For example, let's say that in King County there are over 1 million registered voters, and if all of them decide to participate in an election, so these trained workers have to verify all of these signatures.
And what happens if a signature doesn't match?
So we call that a challenge signature. So usually the county is going to contact this person via mail or via email or cell phone if the voter provides that information in the registration form. Usually when we do naturalization ceremonies, people say, oh, but my last name is going to change after this, or what if my signature changes over the years? So you can go to your county elections office and letting them know that you decide to change your signature. The reality here is that trained election workers verified all the signatures that they get.
Well, today's rumor is that election workers reject certain ballots, and they do that to influence election results.
Election workers count every verified ballot. Election workers can't reject ballots. Every single envelope is counted when it comes in. And then it's counted again, and it's counted again, and it's counted again by different teams through every single step of the process. So even if you were to send in something that they couldn't tabulate, like, say, a birthday card inside your signed envelope, they would still have to keep track of it, count that the envelope came in, and give it to the canvassing board at the end. Election workers cannot reject anything. Any ballots that come in. Everything gets given to the canvassing board. And only the canvassing board can reject ballots or reject anything. There's always 2 people, a minimum of 2 people. I mean, usually you've got huge teams of people in places like King County. But through every step of the process, you have a minimum of 2 people with the ballots at all times. So from the moment that they empty a drop box or go to get the mail, and then through every step of opening, signature checking, ballots are never left alone with one person. So one person can never reject a ballot in any case.
So Washington elections are very transparent. It's kind of a cornerstone of our democracy, how transparent we like to make it. So during an election, you can go online and see our ballot return statistics, our dashboard. We have a lot of information that shows that ballots are being tracked through every step of the process. You can watch it yourself. You can just go online and see the data that we have, but we do excellent record keeping, and we want everybody to know that that is something that you can see, you can investigate, and you can feel good about Washington elections. After certification of the election, we publish a reconciliation report, and that shows all of the ballots that we received and what happened to them after they were received. So it shows if they were accepted, if they were rejected for a reason. Usually that reason is just that people turned in their ballots too late, so please remember to turn them in by 8 p.m. on election day. We publish that online. It's totally free to see. All of the information on there is public. Our website is sos.wa.gov/elections with an S at the end. So that has a lot of really important information on there. It's got our election laws, our election results throughout the years, old election voters pamphlets, and also those reports that we were talking about. The reality is Washington elections maintain a high level of transparency.
So if people want to learn more about vote by mail and security, what should they do?
Well, at the very minimum, people can go to our website, sos.wa.gov. Or if they're really committed, they can actually go in and observe. And a lot of our election officials actually have virtual options where they can go to their website and watch a live stream of all of the elections operations.
I heard that if I give my phone number, if I put my phone number into VoteWA, that I can get texted updates.
Absolutely. Yes. You can check your ballot status at VoteWA.gov or contact your county's elections office. You can also sign up for text notifications at VoteWA or by texting VOTE, V-O-T-E, to 868392.